Hey, welcome everybody. Brian here from T-sportline, coming to you from our Atlanta headquarters, and today we're going to talk about wheel spacers and lug nut studs for Teslas. Let's dive right into it. We offer two types of wheel spacers. There's a pass-through spacer like this, and then there's an integrated stud style spacer like this. These are generally thinner spacers, and these are generally thicker spacers. So getting into the details, with a pass-through spacer, you're relying on the factory stud. This is going to go right over this, and the stud's going to go through the spacer and into your wheel. And the key with these is you need the factory stud to be long enough to pass through the spacer and give you enough thread to engage the wheel properly. Now, we have a couple of solutions when it comes to wheel studs. Let's get into the wheel studs. From a Tesla perspective, I have seen wheel studs on Teslas varying by almost 3/4 of an inch. So it's difficult to tell you, hey, based on this year, make, and model, it's going to be okay or not. The best thing to do is you take your wheel off, you put the wheel spacer up there, and you're going to see, do I have enough lug stud to engage the wheel after installing the spacer? And if you don't, we have extended length wheel studs, and I'm going to get into how to install these. So basically, if your factory stud doesn't have enough added length, you're going to pull out the factory stud, put in our extended length stud, and that will give you plenty of extra stud to engage the wheel. We'll get into how to install these in a minute. Now, on the integrated studs style spacer, it's a little bit of a different challenge in that if the factory stud sticks out too far, it can protrude through the spacer and actually interfere with the wheel. What happens is on the back of the wheel, you have to make sure you have enough clearance for that extra stud that sticks out, or you have to switch to our shorter studs. In this case, we have a Model X, and it had factory studs that have this alignment piece at the end. It's not even threaded, but it sticks out too far. It can run into factory wheels. So we pulled those studs out, we installed our shorter studs, and now when we put the spacer on, you can see when we bolt this on, the factory stud that we've replaced with our short stud is no longer an issue interfering with the wheel. So, recapping, you may need longer studs for these pass-through spacers, and you'll probably need shorter studs for the thick spacers. To swap the studs, it's not difficult. The first thing you're going to do is disconnect the caliper. In this case, we've pulled it off the car completely. You don't need to do that. On this car, we're actually painting them, so we pulled them off to paint them, but it just needs to be pulled off of the rotor so that you can take the rotor off the car. To take the rotor off the car, you may have a bolt holding it on, you may not. Depends on the Tesla year, make, and model. If you don't have it, or you have it, take that bolt out and then pull your rotor off. Okay. And then you're gonna have this backing plate here, which is held in with a couple of screws. I've already pre-loosened them, but you don't have to take it off, but you have to disconnect those bolts so I can line this up here where the clearance in the backing plate lines up with this stud. Now, to get the studs out of the flange, there's a few ways to do this. You can use an impact hammer on the stud, but most people are going to take a lug nut and they're going to screw it on to the stud. You don't want the tip of the stud exposed. You can damage it. If you don't care about the stud, like you're gonna pop them out, throw it away, then you can, of course, hammer right on the stud. So these can be hammered out this way. You need a good ball peen hammer, and you wanna line up the backing plate and just bang this out, and you can hammer that out or use your impact. Then when you take the new stud to install it, you're gonna slip it behind the back side, and we have this stud installation tool which is going to go over the stud, and you're going to use your lug nut to basically pull that stud into the flange. The lug nut engages in the flange with these splines here. So you're going to use your breaker bar and just tighten this down, and you're going to feel the stud pull through the flange, and you just want to look in the back and make sure that the back of the flange is properly seated. Do that for all of them and you should be good to go. And then it's just a matter of putting everything back together the way you found it. You're going to put the dust shield back up, put your brake rotor on, put the caliper back on, torque everything, and then you'll be ready to install your spacers. When you put the spacers on and you torque everything in place, you just want to take one last time and check and make sure the pass-through stud is not interfering with the back of the wheel. If the pass-through stud is impacting the back side of the wheel and holding the wheel off of this, it will eventually break the studs. So if you've run spacers and you've broken studs, it's probably because that stud is impacting the wheel. You don't want that. And in this case, it's the opposite. Remember, you're going to put this on and make sure that you still have enough stud to engage the wheel and fully seat your lug nut. The lug nut needs to be engaged far enough where it's fully engaged on the threads of the lug nut to be safe. Okay, everybody, I hope this video helped explain Tesla wheel spacers, Tesla lug studs, and lug nuts. You can get all of that at tsportline.com. We have stock replacement lug studs, we have short lug studs, and we have long lug studs. So don't worry about where to find them. You can get them at tsportline.com. We sell them in kits of 10, which would be the rear or the front. You may need 2 if you're doing all 4. And of course, we have the tool as an option as well. And the spacers in varying sizes from 5mm on up, available again at tsportline.com. All right, everybody, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and come back later. We got more tech for you to share.